Buckle up because we have a massive lineup of entertainment news that you cannot afford to miss. First up, DC Studios is terrifying us in the best way possible with the first official teaser trailer for Clayface. Director James Watkins is bringing this Gotham villain to life, with Tom Reese Harry's in a transformation that blends body horror with a dark Hollywood past.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This Halen 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next, rock and roll legend David Lee Roth is feeling better than ever after a major career move. The iconic former Van Halen frontman confirmed he officially sold his publishing catalog 8 months ago. Roth says he is feeling rich for the first time in his life and is currently tearing up the stage on his Don't Love Me, Rent Me tour. In a shock to fans everywhere, we have some major updates regarding the future of a 90s classic. Peacock has officially pulled the plug on the Clueless sequel series that was set to bring Alicia Silverstone back to her legendary role as Cher Horowitz. While the show is no longer moving forward at the streamer, the production teams at CBS Studios and Paramount are still hunting for a new home. Finally, we are diving deep into the music world where Ringo Starr is making headlines with his latest project, Long, Long Road. The legendary Beatle is finding a brand new voice in the Americana genre, proving that he is still pushing creative boundaries today. If you want to stay in the loop with all these stories and more, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Ever wondered what happens when the glitz of Hollywood meets the gruesome reality of a monster? DC Studios just dropped the teaser for Clayface, and folks, it is not your typical superhero flick. This is full-blown body horror, and it looks absolutely visceral. The trailer gives us a haunting look at Tom Reese Harry's as the titular villain, capturing his tragic transformation from an up-and-coming actor into a vengeful creature of pure nightmare fuel. Watching him trapped in those bandages while his memories of stardom flicker on screen, it is unsettling in the best way possible. What makes this even more exciting is the heavy-hitting team behind the lens. We have the Batman director Matt Reeves producing, with a script from none other than horror master Mike Flanagan, the genius behind The Haunting of Hill House. When you add DC co-head James Gunn into the mix, you realize this isn't just a side project. It is the studio's bold, bloody official entry into the horror genre. With a stacked cast including Naomi Ackie and Eddie Marsan, Clayface is set to turn the DC universe on its head when it hits theaters on October 23rd. Are you ready for a DC movie that keeps you up at night? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on this transformation. Sometimes, the most terrifying monsters aren't the ones in the shadows, but the ones we become when we lose ourselves. Ever wonder what it feels like to finally cash out on a lifetime of rock and roll royalty? Well, David Lee Roth just gave us the answer, and it is exactly as blunt as you would expect from the legendary Van Halen frontman. In a recent interview at Coachella, Diamond Dave dropped the news that he sold his entire publishing catalog about 8 months ago. When the reporter asked him how it feels to no longer hold those rights, he let out a laugh and said simply, "Rich." He joked that for the first time in his life, he can actually rub 2 coins together and create some interest, which is a pretty surreal admission for a guy who has been at the top of the rock world for decades. It is a massive shift, but it hasn't slowed him down one bit. In fact, he was the surprise guest at Coachella, belting out Jump alongside Teddy Swims, and he is currently tearing through his Don't Love Me, Rent Me tour. He is even digging deep into the archives, performing tracks like Little Dreamer for the first time since 2003. It goes to show that even when the business side of music changes, the performance bug never really leaves you. If you want to catch the man himself live, check out his tour dates at David Lee Roth. Come and let me know in the comments. Do you think selling a legacy catalog is the ultimate win, or is it a piece of history that should stay in the artist's hands forever? If you were hoping to step back into the neon-drenched halls of Beverly Hills for a Clueless reboot, I have some news that is going to leave you feeling totally buggin'. In a move that surprised plenty of fans, Peacock has officially pulled the plug on their highly anticipated Clueless sequel series. It feels like just yesterday we were buzzing about the prospect of seeing Alicia Silverstone reprise her legendary role as Cher Horowitz. But for now, that dream is officially on ice. Originally announced in April 2025, the project was set to catch up with Cher years after the 1995 cult classic wrapped up. It's a genuine shame because the original film wasn't just a movie. It was a cultural touchstone that defined an entire generation. Even as recently as August 2025, Silverstone was vocal about her excitement, emphasizing that the team was working hard to honor the original spirit of the character while injecting something fresh for a modern audience. She was clearly protective of Cher's legacy, wanting to strike that delicate balance between nostalgia and evolution. But here is the silver lining. Don't count out our favorite fashion icon just yet. Reports confirm that both CBS Studios and Paramount are still extremely high on the project. They're essentially taking the show back to the marketplace, convinced that there is still significant hunger for a return to this world. It's a bold move, but in an era where beloved IPs are gold, this likely isn't the final chapter for Cher. So, what do you think? Should some classics be left untouched, or are you dying to see where life took Cher Horowitz after all these years? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you're still holding out hope for this reboot. Sometimes, the most iconic stories just need a little extra time to find their perfect home. Ever wondered how the drummer of the world's biggest band keeps finding new ways to surprise us decades later? Ringo Starr isn't just resting on his Beatles' laurels. He's hitting the open road, literally and figuratively, with his latest project, Long, Long Road. This isn't your typical rock memoir or a rehashing of the Fab 4 years. Instead, it's a masterclass in shifting gears as Ringo dives headfirst into the heart of Americana. What makes this journey so compelling is watching a legend, someone who has literally seen it all, shed the skin of his global superstar persona to embrace the grit, the soul, and the storytelling tradition of American roots music. It feels less like a performance and more like a discovery, revealing a voice, both musical and literal, that feels surprisingly intimate. He isn't trying to rewrite history, he's crafting a new chapter that feels perfectly lived in. It's rare to see an artist of his stature find such a comfortable groove in a genre that demands complete honesty, but Ringo makes it look effortless. If you've ever doubted whether the man behind the kit had more to say, this project is your answer. So, take a listen, let the rhythm of the road settle in, and tell me, does this change your perspective on Ringo's evolution? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the music legends who refuse to stop growing. After all, the longest roads are often the ones worth traveling the most.